guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia, and as you can tell, I've already got a good bit of my makeup done today, but in today's video, we are going to be testing out the new-ish. This is the Nars Summer Unrated palette. Now, I've had this for a little bit. I was waiting to use it on camera. This retails for $59. You can get it on Nars website, Ulta, Sephora. And in general, I usually do pick up the Nars eyeshadow palettes. I think the quality is just so good. These, as well as like the face palettes that they come out with, are just usually like tippy top notch. So if you find a color story that you like, I would say definitely jump on it because the quality, I swear, is always there. It never disappoints. So this is the packaging here. Now, I do like this one because unlike some of the other releases that Nars has had, like it's not like a wavy top, it doesn't have stuff on top of it. It is just like a nice smooth packaging, which sounds funny, but it makes it a whole lot easier to store. Now, whenever you open this up, and it's $59 if I did not mention. Now, these packages are extremely hard to open. That's the only kind of annoying thing. They always have like a really nice mirror, and in here you are getting 16 different shades. Now, these are all limited edition shades. This is a limited edition palette, so if you are interested in it, then you probably should start picking it up because, like I said, this has been on the market for a little while, and these do tend to sell out. So, in here, as you can tell, you are getting some neutral mattes, you're getting some nice bronzy shimmers, you're getting like some glittery type shades as well. You've got some pinks in here. So we are going to go ahead and get started with this look. But before I do that, I'm actually going to give you guys a swatch of everything. All right, now I'm just going to kind of go row by row. I have no primer on my hands, nothing like that. Ooh, that shade is really pretty. All right, so here is the color story there. As you can tell, a lot of like warm bronzy type shades, which makes sense because this is a summer palette. But I love these two cool tones right here. So trying to decide what exactly I want to do. I think I definitely want to use this shade. Right, so once I swatched this shade, I really could just not resist it. So I think that is definitely what I'm going to use. I'm going to start with this shade right here. Now, the colors are on the back of the palette. It's not the most convenient thing, but this is the shade Crete, I believe. No. Biaga Rosa. I'm not going to say the shade names, guys. I'm just going to point to them because I'm probably not going to be able to pronounce it. All right, so I have you guys pulled in so you can see a little bit closer what I'm doing here. And as I mentioned, I'm just going to go into this shade here. There is very little fallout or kick up with Nars palettes in general is what I have found in the past. And let me get this eyelash out the way. All right, so I'm going to put that rosy tone all throughout the crease. I have said it so many times, but reds and purples, you wouldn't think that they would go together, but they really do go together nicely. And as you can tell, these shades really just blend themselves. It is such little work for the person actually doing the eyeshadow. I'm telling you, there's something about, it's kind of like Charlotte Tilbury, there is something about Nars eyeshadows. All right, now I think I am going to take this purple shade here because I love a good purple. I'm going to take that new Dominique Cosmetics brush that I got. This is the Blend and Shade brush. This was actually on sale for like $7. And it is a really nice brush. I have been using it like nonstop since I got it. I'm just going to pack this on the outer corner. So pretty. Even just that all over the lid would be gorgeous. Now I am going to go in with this shade on my finger. And I'm just going to pat this all over the lid. And where that purple meets, I'm just going to kind of tap over that very, very lightly, just to kind of blend these two shades together. All right, now with a very little precise crease brush, I'm going to go back into this red shade here, rosy tone. And I'm going to kind of look down, and right where that crease is, I just want to bring that crease shade back a little bit because I feel like we lost it. Putting those shimmers on top, I want to just bring it back ever so slightly. So I just had very, very little product on here and just put that directly into the crease. Now I'm going to take a little liner brush, and I want to go into this dark brown down here. This is Fetish, I believe is what the name is. And again, if you're familiar with Nars products, they in general are a little bit vulgar as far as the names are concerned. Now, I just want to enhance that natural lash line. So I'm starting at the outer corner over here, and I'm just kind of making my way in. And when I get towards the center, I want this really going into my lashes. Okay. Now for the bottom lash line, I really want to put some of that purple, to be honest. I guess we have more so of the rosy tones going on, so I guess I'll kind of keep with that theme. I'm going to go ahead and go into a little pencil brush. I'm going to go back into this rosy shade here, and I'm going to put this all over the lower lash line. Then I'm going to take a little smudger brush, and you could probably guess it, I'm going into this dark brown. I think there are so many fun looks you could do with this palette for the summertime. This palette just screams summer, honestly, with all those bronzy tones. And I think no matter what you do with this palette, it's probably going to look good because all of these shades just go together so nicely. All right, now I'm going to go back into this brush. There's nothing on it, and I'm just going to kind of blend these two together. Okay, and lastly, I think I'm going to go into this shade right here, and this is the shade Satisfy. And I'm going to put this on the very inner corner. I just think that is a stunning shade. All right, I'm going to go ahead, catch up the other eye, put on my mascara, and then I'll be back for like the final thoughts. So this is the completed makeup look, and I really like the eye look actually. I think it's very eye-catching. Do you see how shimmery that is? That is this eyeshadow dry. So imagine if you were to wet your eyeshadow brush whenever you put this on. Now, I don't typically do that just because I've said it before, I'm really like a no fuss type of person. I just want it to work and I want it to look good without me having to put in too much effort. But I think this is a perfect palette if you are that type of girl, because they just work so nicely, which does not surprise me. Like I said, I normally do pick up these Nars eyeshadow palettes just because the performance and the quality of the shadows is always there. Now, as I mentioned, I do like this packaging. I'm going to show you what I mean as far as this being like, nice and smooth. So here is a face palette, and as you can tell, there are all of these little things on top of here. It makes it a little bit more difficult to store, you know, a little bit more space. So there is that one, and then here is one that is wavy, if you can tell. So these are very similar packaging. Now those two that I just showed you are actually face palettes, but I mean, you still get the idea where you're talking about the packaging here. Now I do, like I said, I love this packaging. It's going to have a million fingerprints on it, so that really does irritate me. Like, there are already fingerprints all over this one. It's also a little bit difficult to open, but these shadows, I mean, to me, it is worth it 100%. I'm gonna go ahead and just re-swatch a few of like my favorite shades. So that one that we used is absolutely stunning. That's probably like the standout in here. This glitter one is also phenomenal, and it is one that I think would just lay down really nicely on your eye because it's a very, very smooth glitter. Also, I really like this like cooler, bronzy, kind of greenish type of shade. I really, really love these in particular. I think they are just so freaking nice. Now, I don't think you're going to get any looks that are too crazy with this palette, obviously. I mean, just looking at the color story. But I do think this could be like a great everyday type of a palette. I love all the neutrals in here. You've got some warms. You even have some cool tones looking at these. So, I mean, you're kind of getting everything in here. I think these performed amazing. This look was so easy to do, and I feel like it really looks like I took a whole lot more time than I did. This powder down here, I think that could even be like a nice brow powder as well. So this could double, you know, for that use if you have hair or, you know, brow hair that's similar to mine. So it's pricey at $59. I will say that. If you wait a little bit longer, if they keep these in stock and they don't sell out, a lot of the times these will go on sale for, you know, 20, 40, 50% off. So if you want to pick this up, but you don't want to pick it up at this price, you could hold out and see if it does go on sale. They also released with this two like blush and bronzer duos. I was not interested in those. I already have those shades, so I didn't think that it was worth it for me to pick it up. But I do love this palette, and I'm really glad that I did pick it up. So I hope that that was helpful for you guys. If you want to see any more looks with this palette, then just let me know. I would be happy to do it. But other than that, I hope you will subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.